Good afternoon, everyone. I'm glad to see you all there. I think we can start now. So, did you all receive the agenda for this meeting?
Yeah.
Yes, got it.
Yes, you got
Got
it.
it.
Yes, I got it.
Okay, so I know it is a long way for some of you to come here. I really appreciate your being on time and ready to work. So, as you guys can see now, the primary objective of this meeting will be whether we should relocate our corporate headquarters from Hong Kong to Shenzhen. Okay, let's go around the table. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of this decision? What's your view on this team?
I have consulted from many companies, and each company has done a lot of research, as well as grading information on the issue of relocation. From what I have learned, it will be good for our companies to know whether we can relocate our headquarters from Hong Kong to Shenzhen. Firstly, Shenzhen has a lot more land than Hong Kong, and setting up the head office in Shenzhen will allow us to have a large open plan office, which will facilitate communication between the team members. Secondly, a cup of new lunch can be added. Life in Hong Kong is campaign, and most people do not get enough sleep. Providing a large gift and enough rest in the middle of the day. What do you think about this?
I agree with that. In the long term, internal rents will be lower and competition will decrease expense and improve profit. The open office environment surrounds employees' lives, making it easier for them to communicate with one another, promote the employees' relationship, create a friendly and relaxed working environment, increase their enthusiasm, and improve work efficiency, which is more conducive to further cooperation projects. On the other hand, the layout and the usage of space are more flexible, and the new building may include many facilities, such as gym, cafe, swimming pool, and so on, to boost their feeling of belonging, relieve job-related stress, and minimize negative emotion at work.
I'm afraid I have to disagree with you there, and I have some concerns that we should like explain in this meeting. Firstly, we fairly believe that the open plan officer will not be well received by the staff, as most people prefer to have their own officer from privacy concentration and another reason. This could lead to dissatisfaction among the employees, which could ultimately affect their productivity and motivation. Secondly, I anticipate that young talented graduation from Hong Kong will not want to work in Shenzhen, which could lead to recurring problem from the company. Many skilled work may prefer to work in Hong Kong, where they have established network and social connections.
Yes, I admit the new headquarters in Shenzhen provides better facilities for employees. But if do so, it may further weaken the morale of the employees in Hong Kong. They may extremely reduce their enthusiasm and lack of passion, energy, which makes their working efficiency low. What's more, it will also affect the working atmosphere. From the original harmonies and positive working environment to a dead, unmotivated environment, which reduced the working efficiency as well. There was a precedent that to save cost, the managers let off 20% of employees, which also greatly affected the morale of the employees. Another point is that the employees in Shenzhen may not be satisfied when supervised by Hong Kong managers that they are not familiar with because of some different
咱们
background.
perfect. I agree with Carrie. That was a really nice point she made. But also, many people will not really adapt to the new environment. They literally do not want to leave for the most part, and they definitely do not want to leave Hong Kong, especially because they need to take care. They literally need to take care of their really young kids, and for all intents and purposes, they have elderly relatives at home that need to be taken care of because they are sick and old. And I can mostly understand that, particularly many staff in our company may not want to leave essentially a beautiful city such as Hong Kong, where there's so much things to do, traveling, so much food, everything. I think they do not want to leave behind their friends and families as well, because if they go to Shenzhen, they won't have friends and families in Shenzhen, and they might get a little bit down. So we need to also think about companies' morale as they leave, as they relocate to Shenzhen.
Yes, your concern are valid. Where we try our best to help our staff, we cannot grade that every employee will get used to this course location approach and understand that there are many greeting from around the world who prefer to stay and work in a financial center like Hong Kong.
Okay, I see. Thank you, Franco and team. I understand what Ken and team think. A big and comfortable environment can really help employees relax more. And also the cost reduction also leaves a lot of money for the company's overall cost in the long run. And I have to say, this is a big temptation. So from the perspective of employees, most of the family members of our employees are indeed in Hong Kong. So if relocating to Shenzhen will result in long commuting time to work, and the frequency of reunion with family members will be affected though. So will it cost employees to be negative during work, or does work mentally indirectly affect work efficiency? What's your reaction to that, team?
I understand your concern, but it's exactly what we are dealing with. What is we could offer flexible working hours in the company for employees with children by working center hours so that they can leave work early and reunite with their family during holidays. We can also support employees if they want to relocate to live in Shenzhen. For example, the company can provide a rental to help move things around, or we can provide a petrol allowance in Shenzhen to minimize the cost of life for employee. The company not only consider you, but also your family and can provide child care for your children. In this way, the unit between employee and their families will not be affected and productively can be kept up. What do you think, Kent?
In my opinion, this is a achievable idea. If employees are ready to meet the requirements of their workers by providing flexible working hours, staff members may be able to devote more time and effort to their families, rather than having a scarified time with their families because of duties. This is an efficiency approach for encouraging employees change. Employment is an essential component of existence. This business does its best to meet the requirements of its employees in terms of convenience and adaptability. In addition to meeting the needs of its employees in the working place and in other aspects of life, it also helps employees in relocating to new locations, get the very best of both realms in one convenient package.
Well, I see what you mean, what you guys mean. Thank you, Janice and Ken. So by solving the commuting problem of employees can indeed help employees reunite with their families more, which can greatly reduce the possible negative work of employees though. But the company provides a series of subsidies such as like a guest card, free relocation, and the childcare services. Do you think will it bring like additional cost to our company? And does the addition subside cost exceeds our original employee benefit cost? And also the last question will be considered as whether the employees of our Hong Kong company are willing to choose to accept those subsidies and to work in two places on a long-term norm basis. So Carrie, do you have any ideas of their proposal?
Well, I'm not so sure about whether the proposal is feasible or not. To be honest, companies may need to give up a considerable number of experienced and talented Hong Kong employees. They will choose to leave the company to work in Hong Kong because firstly, the cost of working in Shenzhen will increase a lot. And secondly, they may not be able to adapt well to the working atmosphere in the mainland.
Yeah, I think so too. So some works may choose to stay in Hong Kong but travel daily to new offices in Shenzhen. This could lead to tiredness, stress, and another healthy insurance that could negatively affect their work performance. Moreover, the move could have a bad effect on the work-life balance of most staff as they will have spend more time traveling to and from work.
What if the government of Shenzhen is willing to lower taxation to help us relocate there? This will not only help them in achieving their objective of improving the inland economy, but it will also help us in lowering our operating costs. Furthermore, the Shenzhen government may be able to provide a relocation size to help us lowering our relocation costs.
I think it is way to attract talent. If the company provide a meal allowance for each employee who eats in company canteen, with the aim of the minimize the cost of living, this will attract more people willing to relocate.
I agree with Ken and Tim about the benefits of these. And also another benefit that I'd like to add while we're talking about relocating, I'd like to specifically add for the most part is that buying land in Shenzhen for further expansion of our company and our office space will not be basically more expensive in the new location. Because in Hong Kong, land and relocating offices is very expensive, especially if you want to expand, because the land can become very pricey there, so which can also cause our company to spend a lot of money. So I believe if we do move to Shenzhen and we plan to relocate in Shenzhen and we plan to expand our company offices space and headquarters, I think Shenzhen would be a good option for our company because land is cheaper in Shenzhen.
Yeah, I partly agree with Franco. If moving the headquarters from Hong Kong to Shenzhen I mean, the business visits and meetings with Japanese global headquarters management will take a lot of time to arrange. Compared to the mainland, the Hong Kong is the third largest financial center in the world, which means its international stage is even higher. So therefore, there are a lot of business conferences and establishing held here. So Japanese managers are more accessible to attend the conferences compared to the mainland.
May I come here? I wonder if I could say something.
Sure, go ahead, Janice. So what would you
Yeah.
like to add here?
Thanks. I agree with Carrie. I understand the overseas visitor enjoy coming to the regional headquarters
Basra,
town,
2 minute.
and the relocation could have a negative impact on their experience. Appeal for Chinese visa can be a time-consuming and administrative process, which could detail some potential visitors from coming to the company officer in Shenzhen. This could lead to decline in number of visitors and negatively affect the company image and reputation in the long term. In light of those concerns, I strongly advise the company to reconsider the open plan officer in the new building in Shenzhen and explore another option that will be more suitable for the staff's needs, performance, and well-being.
Okay, so I understand what you mean. I admit that it is indeed a serious issue about the management of the global headquarters in Japan and enhance the difficulty of holding meeting in the future. In addition, the expenses in Hong Kong are generally very expensive, so I think we cannot make sure whether the management of us and also the overseas people are willing to spend all high hotel fees and the accommodation and also the food expenses to experience our Hong Kong headquarters. So I think this is also a question that we should carefully consider. So what's your reaction to that, Ken?
You're right to be concerned, but relocating the headquarters to a new neighborhood will result in increase in the numbers of customers who come to the city from the other countries. Shenzhen also provides accommodation at a reasonable price, making it an ideal destination for customers from other countries. In addition, the countryside in the surrounding area is very pretty. When customers come to visit our business, they have the option of spending some of their free time taking in the sights of Shenzhen. It is essential for the recovering of the economy and the business connect to encouraging exchange between people of diverse cultural background, especially after the pandemic.
Yeah, I have to disagree with that point because even though the hotels in Shenzhen are cheaper, I still think overseas visitors will specifically be much more interested in visiting the Hong Kong headquarters. Despite the more definitely expensive hotels in Shenzhen, I think Hong Kong's status as a very important international financial center will be important for our overseas visitors because having a meeting and visiting Hong Kong, we can show them all the sites in Hong Kong and tell them how our business is doing well in Hong Kong. And also, it's Hong Kong's important international financial center is also very popular as well, according to Shenzhen. So I feel like if we call our overseas visitors to Hong Kong, I think they might leave Hong Kong with a better mood, and which can help us further in the company by them coming to our company.
Okay. Thanks, Franco. So now I think we had considered and discussed it enough. So now is the voting time. So could you guys, all of you guys, please say yes if you agree to keep the original location of the company, and say no for relocating to Shenzhen, please.
No.
I think I'm also no.
Okay, so 2 no here.
Yes.
Okay, 1 yes.
Yes, I would also agree that we should relocate to Shenzhen. I think it's just going to be better and financially better for our company.
Okay, so what about you, Carrie? Okay, so I think we have 3 no here and 2 yes here, right? So based on all the consideration of all of our colleagues here, I think the best choice for our company is to relocate our address to Shenzhen. So, Franco, I need you to make a new plan on this issue as soon as possible, okay? And Ken and team will follow up you. Will that be okay, guys?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Problem.
Okay. And also the visa issue that we mentioned before, it did waste some time, so I think it needs to be included either. So I think it would be Janice and also Carrie. I think you guys can do with it, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I can do it.
Okay. So thank you guys. Are there any final questions here?
Maybe not.
No question.
Not yet.
No, no.
I have a final question. I
Okay.
just want to ask, so when do you want us to submit a proposal? By when? Is it next week or?
Yes, next week. Next week at the same time in Monday, okay?
Okay, sure.
Okay. So a week. A week for you guys to make in it, okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
So great teamwork, guys. Let's wrap it up. Thank you guys for coming here today and see you all in Monday. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.